Rich, victory down here this afternoon. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think for us, you've just got to win ugly at times, and we did that today. But what we've had to overcome the last 2 weeks with, travel disruption, again today, coming down to the ground, got stuck in traffic, having sort of half an hour, 40 minutes to get the boys ready and on time for kickoff. We expected a little bit of a rugged performance, and it was. But second half, I think that first 20 in the second half, we completed a few sets. Some players came up with some special plays, and got us a comfortable enough lead to see out the game and come away with the result.
You mentioned the travel there. Obviously, not quite as bad as last week, but to go through that again this week and then grind out a win like that shows great.
Yeah, look, the boys were looking tired towards the back end, and it's probably on the back of all that. So we can probably forgive some, a couple of errors towards back end of game, and yeah, we've just got to charge up now and get ready for Widnes because we know it's another big game for us.
On today's game then itself, it's first ever league double of the London Broncos for the Dons. It's picking up these accolades, it seems, every other week at this point, doesn't it?
Yeah, look, it was a really tough day for us. The weather, how London play, very aggressive line speed. They get numbers in the tackle, slow the ruck, and they did a really good job at that. But I think, a little bit like us in attack was just a little bit clunky, made some errors and sort of let us off when we did make errors. So like I say, we had that probably 20-minute period in the second half that helped us get out in front, and they probably didn't have a period where they could do that.
Obviously a real team performance today, but on individuals, Watson gets 2, Gebby gets another hat-trick. I believe that takes him to top try scorer in this division out right now.
Yeah, look, Watson's are all on energy. He seems to be in the right place at the right time, and Gebby's just, he moves really well, and he's finding space and finding gaps in D lines when teams are switching off and defensively and being a little bit lazy in the middle, and he's punishing them for it. So yeah, hopefully it continues and they keep getting over the try line because that's their job. That's why they're here, and yeah, hopefully it continues.
That first half, them levelling it up so late in that first half, to come back out and kind of brush that aside and go again, it showed great character, didn't it?
Yeah, we spoke about it. It was a soft one, a real soft try to let in just before half time. It, just a one-on-one miss and a badge over the try line. It's, we've been really good in that area. I think last week it took, we had 28 tackles on our line, and we repelled, to lose top team in the comp, and to let something like that in on the back of doing a defensive stint like that is, disappointing for us. But we got over it. We refocused, reset, and like I say, started the second half really well.
After last week, when it seemed like world were against us, it must be some good feeling now.
Yeah, look, it's always to come, to go on the other side and get the win. And yeah, look, we're just happy that this period we've come away with a win today, because it was a real big, and I know they were sort of focusing on it to help, get them to catch up, the top 6, and it helps us now again just pull away from that bottom 4 and cement ourselves in, aiming and trying to get into that top 6.
One more to go on our travels before we return home. Obviously, teams to play tomorrow. You said you wanted to be out of 8th, up to 7th tonight. It's all about finishing these travels strongly now, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly. Like again, we speak about it. It's a period that we have to look at and make sure we're good at. We plan for, and I think we've done it really well. We've just got Widnes to go. Again, we know the challenge that's coming up against us. They're a quality team that move the ball really well. So defensively, they're going to challenge us, and we have to execute it probably a little bit better to get the result.